Welcome to the Mortgage Loan Officer Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Ray. We're brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I am here with Jon Tober. How are you, Jon?
Good morning, Frank. I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking. Now, you're in Texas, right? Is that where you are? I can't remember.
San Antonio. Yeah, San Antonio.
San Antonio, Texas. Nice, nice. You know, there's a famous music store down there. It's called Alamo Music, and
Yes.
they're YouTubers. You know what I mean? So they're always demoing guitars. I'm a guitar player, so I
Ah,
see these guys all the time, and they're always in San Antonio, Texas. You know, and I'm like, man, if I ever get down there, I'm gonna have to stop in and see those boys. You know,
do you come
so
to San Antonio often or
no,
not? No?
I've been to San Antonio like once in my life. Been to Austin a handful of times, Dallas a handful of times,
Oh
Houston
yeah, those
a
are
handful
fun.
of
Those are
times.
fun places. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I have not been through San Antonio, but once I believe. So,
Okay. We got to come back. We got some great Mexican food. You'll love it.
yeah, hey man, I'll eat. I'm good. Mexican food is one of my favorite foods in the whole world, man.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's one of those foods you could eat every single night. You know what I mean? I'm
Yes.
good. You know, all good. So, anyways, well, hey, we had you on Breakfast Club not too
I
long ago.
appreciate that.
I know Carl had spoken to you as well and done a podcast with you, but I wanted to explore this a little bit more as well. You were having some success with a book club, you know, and you know a
Yes.
lot of loan officers have thought of that, have tried it, have done it. Some do it. You know, you're one of the ones that has done it in a successful way to where it's actually brought you some business in the door.
Yeah.
And but for those loan officers that maybe didn't hear Carl's podcast or missed the Breakfast Club, just kind of wanted to go over that again and
Yeah.
learn a little bit more about that. And tell me about like when did it? So let's just I'll give you a couple questions. When did it start?
Yep.
How did you start it? And where's it at today? And what kind of business have you got from it? So when did it start and how did it start?
And starting it was like for me, not doing it before, not knowing where to start, how to start, that was kind of like the first part of just breaking through and figuring out how to get it started. But I finally decided to do it December of last year. It was like December last
Okay.
year, probably one of the worst months to do it. People were taking time off.
Yeah.
But it was actually pretty cool. Yeah, we had a great turnout, in my opinion. I wanted to keep it pretty tight, like eight, maybe 10 people tops.
Yeah.
And we had a solid eight. And so we started in December and kind of rolled through the first quarter and dove into it. And I didn't really know where to start. So I knew if I can bring value in some way, make something reoccurring to where they walk away with some value that they're like, hey, this is something I'm worth coming to. I'm
Yeah.
developing a relationship with this guy. He's got some good things to offer. And really it wasn't from me. It was more of the tactics and the philosophies of these books that we were reading. And at that time it was Burn the Boats. And if you
So
haven't,
that was the first one. Burn the
that
boats.
was yes,
Okay.
yes. And if you haven't read Burn the Boats by Matt Higgins, phenomenal. Oh man, that was like I read that book and I'm like, you know what? I need to share this with people. And that's what started that book club.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, so how did you get the eight? How did you? I'm more granular, right? I'm gonna
Yes.
say,
Yeah.
how did you find the first eight people to say yes or raise their hand and say yes? And was that on Zoom or was it in person that first meeting?
So, a big part of what we do is we're trying to touch base with as many top referring partners as possible and be different to where they can start, building a relationship. And so I'm in a program called Jolt, which is with our company, and we go after the top referring, or we target the top referring partners. And so I needed something sticky, and so that's how I got this list of my top 40 targets of people that were acquaintances. I had some core relationships of, people I've done business with before. Not everybody likes a book club, right? Because it's
Right.
like
Sure.
it's not sexy. It's not
Yeah.
really, you know what I mean? So, but what I did is I reached out to these new relationships and I said, hey, I'm starting a book club. Would love you to be a part of it. And here's what we're going to do. You're going to walk away with some really good tactics. We're going to cover a chapter and we're going to brainstorm as a group. And by the way, you're going to be around the top, agents in the area. So these are some really quality people that we're going to build some relationships and grow a business from.
So did you have a target email list? Is that where it started from? Like you had the ones you already knew you were going to go after, but did you have some additionals? I mean, you were looking for eight.
Yep.
Was the list 40 or was the list 140 or was it 240? Because you got to get a big list, get something going out there, kind of large, right? To
Right.
find the few that are going to come in. So how big was the list that you
Yeah.
initially? And was it email that kind of started the whole thing?
So you have a really good point because you have to go pretty wide. So
Yeah.
this list was pretty big. It is pretty big. It was
Yeah.
like a list of, I think the total we had was 350 agents that
Okay.
were active targeting, cold calling, making offers, and creating that first meeting. And these are agents that I had that first and second meeting with already.
Okay. So these were
Yeah,
agents that already knew you.
correct.
Okay.
Familiar. Yeah, we
Yeah.
hadn't done business yet. Right,
Right, but they know you. They've
right.
met with you. They've talked to you. So that list was 350.
350.
Oh,
Yes.
that's a
Yeah.
good sized list for people that you've engaged with already. So that's nice. And did it start with an email? Basically, hey, I want to do the book club. Here's the details. Let me know if you're
Mhm.
interested. Basically, that was it. On
Right.
the first blast, did you get your 8 right on the first blast?
Okay, so I'm gonna take a step back.
Okay.
The I was super intentional with the invitation to only my top 40.
Oh, got it. Okay, so
Yeah, so
that was just the top 40 choice. Okay,
that's
got
right.
it.
Yeah, these
Got
are
it.
acquaintances I've met with. The
Okay,
300, 350, that was my targeted group of
got it.
agents that I'm
Okay.
going after.
Cleared it
Yeah,
up.
so that's
Good,
where it
good, good.
originated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was going to say if you had met with 350, like they've met with them twice and they know you, that's pretty
that's pretty awesome.
it's
Yeah,
pretty
that's a goal.
awesome. Yeah,
That's a
you've
goal.
done a
Yeah.
great job. But
Yeah,
no, these are 40 agents that you've engaged with on a
correct.
personal level. Okay. So 40. So so imagine first it was an email blast just to kind of I call that the air attack, right? You sent the air
Yep.
attack out there. And did you get 8 right away from the email or did you have to follow up with calls to reel in the 8?
Well, that's right. Yeah. So the eight was to warm them up. I'm sorry, the email was to warm them up.
Yeah.
Then I've reached out to all of them, said, "Hey, here's what we're doing. You should come do a phone call." And I just did that every week. And finally, I started getting some commitments to where I actually had about 10 people say yes. Two fell out, and that's how we started. So yeah, it was a phone call, email, and text. Text was
And
the other way.
so, so you said you did that every week. So you had a start date that was like a month out, basically, like it was 30 days out. I figure I'm going to do a 4 week. I'll send the email, I'll make the calls, and I'll follow up for 4 weeks and hopefully get my 8 to 10 people. And that's
I,
essentially what happened.
I wish it was that. I wish it was that formatted. No, it was like a week. It was like a week in advance. I was running out of time, Frank. It was the end of the year. Christmas was coming. I'm like, man, I gotta
Yeah.
do something. So I was like, screw it. Let me. It's a week out. Agents normally don't plan that far out. So
Right. Yeah.
yeah,
So, all right. So
yeah,
you had
it
10
worked.
initially, 2 dropped out. And then you had your first meeting, right? Now, this was a get together, physical get together?
Yes, yeah, yeah. In person at a title company, and we sat down and we did some quick intros. Learned a little bit about everybody. And one of the things that was important that I think that really built traction with our group was letting them know that, hey, this is a time for us to get uncomfortable. And we're going to talk about things that, egos aside, we're all here to learn. So let's let it out and let's just get vulnerable. The craziest thing, I got to share this real quick. The craziest thing about that. So the book we read, Burn the Boats, it really does get very personal and vulnerable where we had moments of crying.
No kidding.
No
Wow.
kidding. No kidding. That's how deep we went. And we just unraveled some things. And the group that walked away from Burn the Boats absolutely changed the business. 100%. And it
That's
was it
so
was
cool.
awesome.
Let
Yeah.
me let me ask you this. So, all right. So was the first meeting, was it like this is our first meeting and have chapter 1 read already by the book and have it read, or was it we're going to meet first, we're going to talk about the book, let you see the book, this is what we're going to do, and then the next we'll read the chapter in the next week. How did that go?
Yeah, yeah. So it was read the book, read the chapter in advance. I would tell them audiobook. Like we're all busy, so listen to it on the way to an appointment or something, and it takes all of maybe 20, 30 minutes to go through a chapter.
Yeah.
So we did that,
That's
and
very clever. So,
yeah,
and then I would imagine you probably sent a link for the audiobook out to them saying, here's a link if you want it, or
yes,
yeah.
yeah,
Okay. And then how much did that audiobook cost? Just curious.
pretty
Eight
cheap. Yeah,
bucks. Yeah.
yeah, it was pretty cheap. I think it was
Yeah.
like yeah, I think it was like maybe $10. It wasn't
10
too
bucks.
expensive. Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Okay. So now it's starting to crystallize for me. So we we get the idea. He went
Yeah, exactly.
from concept to deployment was
Let's
about a
just do it.
week.
Yeah, let's just do
Yeah,
it.
which is I'm glad to hear that because that's me, John, all day long,
Yeah,
dude. Like I get an idea, next thing you know, it exists. Like
yeah.
it'll
Boom.
exist in a week or two. Here it is. So I commend you for that. That's good stuff. So and then I like the idea too of you already had the book picked. The first meeting you'd already sent them. So the first meeting you discussed chapter one.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, so you had already sent them a link for the audiobook, and we're going to talk about chapter one when we get there on week one. Hey there, if you're loving the tips so far, make sure to hit that subscribe button and then click on the bell as well so you never miss out on more cool free tips coming your way. And also, would love to hear from you. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think or what you want to see next. You show up. Is that a title company? Was there food?
That's right. Yeah. So the food was sponsored. I had a builder. So vice president of sales was there. He was part of our book club. I had the title company, and so the builder wanted to get connected with my agents,
Sure.
and so the builder, myself, and the title company were partnering to sponsor lunch. So
Got it.
every
So you
time,
guys were paying for the
yeah,
lunches, yeah.
that's right. It was pretty cheap. The
And
the
what
cool
kind of
thing,
what were the lunches? I'm just curious. I'm going deep
uh,
here.
yeah,
Sandwiches
oh
or
yeah,
what?
yeah. I'm a healthy guy, so
Yeah. Well, I
simple.
like sandwiches are great
Yeah,
for yeah.
every now and then we do like a Chick-fil-A.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Not my favorite day, but yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So, first week gets done. You walk away from the very first meeting. How are you feeling about it on the very first meeting?
I it's such a that is such a great question because I didn't know how well or how good it went. I thought it went well.
Yeah.
So I reached out to everybody one by one and just said, "Hey, first meeting, be honest. What's one thing that you pulled back from this that's like, wow? And what's one thing that you're like, you know what? I think we should change this."
Okay.
And I got some really good feedback. Some were,
Yeah.
everything's great. One was, well, we really need to watch out for Mr. Smith because he's a talker and we need to, yeah, we need to convince his time down. So like, okay, cool. So I got to be careful with like, how long people
You
spend
have
on
like
their
the
side of
30
things.
second egg timer or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, go.
That's
When
not a bad
that's
idea.
done,
Yeah.
you're done. Everybody's got 30 seconds. That's not a bad idea. The egg timer is
Yeah.
probably a good idea. But okay, so week one, you finish up, you walk away from it feeling like, I don't know. I thought it was
Yeah.
good, but I don't
That
know.
was
So
good. Yeah.
very wise of you to go ahead and call everybody, just get their feedback. So when you came back the second week, now have you been pretty consistent week after week after week, or I
Absolutely.
know that you got
Yes.
holidays and things that'll cause gaps
Yeah.
probably,
Yeah.
but for the most part, been pretty consistent.
Pretty consistent. Yeah. I opened it up to them. I was like, okay, so do you want to do this every week, one chapter a week, or do you want to do two chapters every 2 weeks?
Yeah,
How often do you want to do this? I wanted to get their buy-in with as much as possible because the
yeah,
more decisions they made in the group, the
yeah,
more commitment I get from them to be part of what we're doing.
yeah.
And so as many commitments as I can get from them is as many commitments as I was asking for them. So they were
Interesting.
engaged and involved
Yeah,
with what we're doing.
yeah. So do you still have the eight, or what's the number now?
It sizzled down this last one to five. I think part of it too is the book itself because some books are just it's the topic. So but yeah, this last one was five, but the quality, it's a quality strong five. Like these are people that do some really great business
And you've been doing it now for a year.
for a year now. Yeah.
So you're about to pass your 1 year anniversary with the book club.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Are you going to do something special?
You know what? So I was on the podcast, on y'all's podcast,
Yeah,
Mortgage
Breakfast
Marketing
Club.
Animals. Yes.
Mhm.
And you guys brought up something pretty interesting, which was, go wider, put this out on like a Zoom
Yeah,
and, get some traction with some people in, different places. And I think that's the next thing. I think I need to figure out a way to make that work to where it's also sticky.
Mm.
So yeah, that's the next thing.
With something like that with a book club, just my experience. Like, so I'm a part owner of MoveTube, the MoveTube product, and so we have get-togethers. We'll do like Wednesdays agent trainings. We'll do Friday's just loan officer. Just it's really a loan officer BS session. It's
Yeah.
get together and if someone has questions or they're just getting started, we help. But I do notice on the Zoom and even Breakfast Club, when Zoom is deployed and Zoom is an option, many times people will default for Zoom, right? Just because it's more convenient, right? But a lot of time, if for those that are watching this podcast on YouTube right now, if you're listening, what I'm doing is I'm holding my phone up to my ear, and you'll be doing your thing, and you'll see people like, they're talking
Yeah.
away on the phone while they're on the Zoom call. So Zoom is convenient for sure, but it's also convenient in the fact that they can hit the mute button and just go about their,
Do yeah.
and so not be really fully engaged. So that's a tough one there.
Yeah, it is a tough one.
That's
Yeah.
a tough one, yeah. Because I'm the impression I'm getting from you, John, is that the nucleus, even the five, is like a tight knit little group, and and you guys are doing really well together. So it just be, I think my advice would be to that, just try to get more people to show up live. See if you can
Yeah.
get more people in, because that's where you're really going to get your mojo out of the book club. Let's talk business.
Yeah.
Have you getting referrals out of this group of 8 that kind of started with you? Are they sending you some biz?
What's interesting about that is you connect on a different level now, because now I understand your mindset, who you are,
Yeah.
your business,
Yeah.
and that really connects me with more business together and how I can help them, and they get to
Interesting.
understand me and
Yeah.
what my strengths are to help them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it has brought business back to me with, going back to the right people that you want to do business with, spending time with, your recurring.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely has. We had a 35% growth this year, and part of it was from this book club.
Interesting. That's notable. So
Yeah,
that's cool. How many books have you? We're at a year. How many books have you went through?
I went through 4.
Really?
Yeah, went through
Ah,
4.
so one a quarter. Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, interesting. So that's cool. What were they? So you had
Yep.
burn the boats.
Burn the boats. We did the 12-week year,
Yeah,
which
yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
that's a great
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
We are doing buy back your time. And there's one more we did, which was, I think it was fanatical prospecting.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what you said on the show.
Yeah, I think it was one
Yeah.
of those. Yeah.
All right. I'm just
You
writing
know,
it
and
down.
what's cool is it's not always the same group of people.
Okay, so every week it kind of ebbs and flows a little bit.
Every book.
Every book.
Yeah. So we release a book and then we have a new set of, and there's some people that'll just stick. Like there's 3
Yeah.
of them
No
that'll
matter
just
what the book
continue.
is, let's go through it.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool because I'm able to like get connect each time. Even though it's like a small group, I'm connecting with a new person that I want to do business with in a
Yeah.
different way. Yeah,
Have you thrown out have you asked their suggestion on books?
I have.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Has
yeah.
anything risen? Has anything been common among them from the realtor perspective of a good book?
One realtor wanted to do something like fantasy, and I was like, well, that's not, you're not on the right book club. Like, no, we're here to grow your business, not the right book club.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, but they brought in some good suggestions, and I just opened that up because we had like 3 or 4 that came up, and I just opened it up to the group and said, okay, we're going to do this next session. Which one of these would you guys like to dive into, and let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
The most important part of what we're doing is not only the connection side of it, but it's implementation. So we always read a book, but we don't really implement.
Yeah.
And we've got to make the best of our time. So each time we go through a chapter, we're walking away with implementation and talking about
Got
what
it.
was that like the next
Yeah.
week.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we're not only reading the book and getting some ideas, we're working together as a group to how do we implement this into our
Oh yeah.
business? How do we
Oh yeah.
implement?
You will have homework.
This is cool. It's cool.
Appreciate that.
Do you have a name for it? Does it have
Uh,
you guys got a cool name?
the book club.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
not so
don't. I don't.
cool.
I'm not
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's
I'm not
I
that
just think it would be
creative.
cool, like a sports team or something like that.
Yes.
something
I
would be
need to
kind
get
of neat.
creative.
That would
That
be
would be
cool. You
cool.
should
That would be
go to
cool.
Chat GPT. I got a book club. I want to have a cool
See,
name.
there we go.
Like
Yes.
it's for real estate agents and me, and I'm a mortgage guy. What's a cool name? Think sports team or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool,
That
bro.
that was a good idea for branding. Yeah, that's a good idea. I need to
Yeah,
figure that
yeah,
out.
yeah. You know what I mean? Because if you have a cool name, you could even have a little logo. You might be able to
Mm,
somehow parlay. Just do something with that. I don't even know, but
yeah. Actually, that's great. Yeah, that's a great
yeah,
idea,
that'd be
Frank. Thank you.
fun. That'd be fun. A little pin or something like that. So we're at the meetings. Oh, you're part of the Flying Flamingo Book Club. Awesome. Yeah. You know,
I love it.
I don't know. Well, dude, John, thanks so much, man. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Congrats, and you're going to keep going, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, Frank. Yeah, for sure. And thank you as well. Thanks for putting me on your podcast. And it's been a pleasure connecting with you, talking through this. So yeah, looking forward to connecting with you some more.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Definitely. We'll come back again and do some more. Sounds great. All right, John. Thanks so much, man. Congrats again. Keep going. Keep us posted. Show up on Breakfast Club once in a while and let us know how it's going. We that was a good
I would
show.
love
Everybody
that.
liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll catch up with you later. So for those of you watching, thanks for joining us here on the Mortgage Loan Officer podcast, brought to you by the Mortgage Marketing Animals. I'm your host, Frank Ray, with Jon Tober. Thanks so much. We'll catch up with you guys next time. Adios.